Cartwright's
Shot clock is at 10.
Cartwright had Isaiah, Brent.
Jordan again from the perimeter is short. Hit iron, fresh 24.
Very alert on the glass. That's one of the reasons that Doug feels his team is better. He gave him a test in Cleveland to talk about the different teams' offense. They were able to concentrate, and they all did very well on it.
Dumars. Time remaining in the first half. 50-34. Corzine. Cartwright with an offensive rebound. Last shot time for the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls spread the floor on offense. Michael gets it back, and at the buzzer fires up a miss, but Chicago takes a 50-34 lead into the locker room. So the Bulls with a big lead, and the Detroit Pistons with the fewest points they have ever scored in a half of a playoff game. Only 34. Chicago was able to hold them at least even in the second period, 17 points apiece. Now we'll see if the Pistons have shaken off their rustiness and are ready to climb back in this one.
Well, Chuck is well regarded, but I think his biggest strength as a coach is his people's skills, how he reaches his players and gets the most out of them. He will be tested this second half. 16
points for Jordan in the first half with 8 rebounds, 4 assists, but he was 1 of 7 shooting in that second quarter. And for Grant, only his second field goal of the game, and that certainly quieted the crowd early when he came out here and banged in Chicago's first shot.
They had to cut across the lane. Nobody played him.
Shipped to Mahorn and score it. He'll also come up to the free throw line.
Chuck Daly trying to find somebody to go to. Aguirre, the logical guy here. Great recognition, the slide by Mahorn, who's played well offensively. And, of course, the ability to get 3. I think they'll go to Aguirre continually now until they find some sort of a weakness defensively by Chicago.
11 points from Mahorn. Jordan operating as the point guard. Cartwright, Grant, Pippen, and Hodges. This is Pippen out on top. Drop into Cartwright. Mahorn bodies him. Now Cartwright turns and fires. Lambier with position, and behind him with his 4th foul is Grant.
Well, he can't be a good offensive rebounder. He had 4 at the half if you don't go after it. Excellent first half by Horace Grant.
Corzine will check in at the next dead ball opportunity. He played extremely well for Chicago in the first half. He was 6 of 10. Now it's Thomas, Aguirre, Mahorn. Here's Dumars short into the hands of Pippen. The guards continuing to struggle at the perimeter. Hodges is 3.
We've talked about Michael Jordan picking his shots. He knew the shot by Hodges was going up. He stayed in the backcourt and rested. He picks his shots.
Pistons cannot exchange baskets now. So far behind, they need a run. Foul call by Crawford. Thomas checking with Coach Daly as Corzine has checked into the game. And Paxson will return too.
Now at halftime, both coaches obviously talking about strengths and weaknesses. Chuck Daly, they have a number of plays. The coaches talk about what will work. Let's try some things.
Thomas, and Mahorn has to run it down, battles his way back down the baseline, knocked out of bounds by Chicago.
And they must have heard you saying about Dantley being a factor because they came out looking for Mark Aguirre on the box.
Aguirre throws to Thomas at the top of, and Lambier comes out high and gives it back and sets a screen. The 3 by Isaiah, not there. Chicago's rebound, but there's contact underneath. And the foul is against Detroit. Hold on just a second here.
Ricky Mahorn was applauding Seldom do you see him doing that to the officials.
So the break goes Detroit's way, and it is the second on Cartwright. 55-37, just underway here in period number 3. Good screen by Lambier. Thomas on the drive, and good defense by Chicago.
What reaction by Paxson. Pick and roll.
The hand perhaps aching just a little bit. This is the first game Isaiah has gone in the playoffs without the wrap. Suffered a broken bone in a fight with Cartwright late in the season.
Sloppy with their passes, their movement. Not typical Pistons basketball.
Thomas fakes Jordan. Lambier with an offensive rebound. Jordan wants Cartwright in lower on the block. Now he's going to give it to him against Mahorn. Off a fake. Mahorn runs the miss down, and here's Thomas. Jordan picks him up. Lambier's 3. Look for Jordan. Here he is. Jordan comes to the baseline. Dumars stays with him. Now Jordan into the lane. Can't get the roll. Dumars out. Here's Thomas. Paxson back. Thomas into him. Off the glass, and the Pistons have battled their way back. This was close to an offensive foul.
Joe Dumars respecting his spiritual leader. Isaiah challenges the defense with the kiss, delivers, but he's the guy that is the personality of this team, and he has not been alive this afternoon.
Going back to the first half, over the last 8 minutes and 45 seconds, the Pistons are off on a 22-9 run against the Bulls. They have taken Jordan off the point, at least for the time being. Mahorn muscling away the miss.
Joe Dumars with the denial once again.
Mahorn pulls the Pistons.
Good job of icing there by Bill Lambier on the pick and roll. Good back cut.
Paxson inside to Cartwright, who was fouled by Thomas.
Brent, maybe the first contact since their altercation where Isaiah hurt himself. And Bill Lambier with a little emphasis there. Of course, Bill Cartwright, an easygoing type, occasionally bangs people innocently. What was it Doug told us about Pippen? Pippen got up from the bench and tripped over Cartwright's bag. And he said, even your bag fouls people.
Foul called at the line.
They've had a violation too. Either way, Tommy Nunez, they let him shoot another. Disbelief. Totally innocent of all charges. Little anticipation.
Didn't step in more than a count and a half early, did he? I thought for a moment he had called a foul, and Bill, you were right, it was simply a lane foul. A 10-point game. Closest the Pistons have been to the Bulls since the opening period.
Little curl play, and then Aguirre with a post up.
Here he is inside, getting at the ball.